Inside Wisdom Gym on the campus of Tarleton State University is where you can find Coach Billy Gillispie doing what he's always wanted to do.
I was from Grayford, Texas, which is 60 miles from Stephenville, and so there was nothing else to do. I mean, the most important people in the town were the preacher and the coach.
He would become a high school coach and quickly rose up the ranks.
I started out in high school, and from the time I left high school to the time I became the head coach at the University of Kentucky was 15 years, which is like crazy fast.
Gillispie's first stop in the WAC was at the University of Tulsa as an assistant coach to Bill Self. The Golden Hurricane had one of the best runs in WAC history, making it to the Elite Eight in 2000.
Should have gone to the Final Four, probably got in foul trouble. Our best player, Eric Coley, got in foul trouble, and North Carolina beat us in a close game.
In 2002, Gillispie was named head coach at UTEP, where they went from 6-24 to winning the WAC, and Gillispie was named WAC Coach of the Year.
The next year, we had the biggest tournament in college basketball history to go 24-8. Got beat by the ACC champion Maryland in the NCAA tournament.
The next stop was Texas A&M in 2004. Gillispie took over an Aggies team that didn't win a game in the Big 12 the year before he got there.
We had the biggest tournament in college basketball 2 years in a row, and I was the only coach that's ever done that. I think I still am. There's a reason. That sounds really impressive. There's a reason that nobody has beat that record. Nobody's dumb enough to get one program going and then go and take on an 0-17 Big 12 team.
After turning around Texas A&M, Gillispie became the head coach at one of the most storied programs in college basketball, the University of Kentucky.
Just an amazing place. Lexington's one of my favorite places. Have so many good friends and whatever. And you know, we came in and recruited 6 NBA players in 2 years, and so I thought we were going on the right path.
In 2008, Gillispie was named SEC Coach of the Year, but was dismissed after not making it to the NCAA tournament in 2009. He would have a brief stint at Texas Tech and started having health problems.
I wasn't planning on coaching anymore after I got sick at Texas Tech and had the high blood pressure issues, and so, but I had gone to Ranger College as a baseball and basketball player, and so they asked me if I'd come out there and do it, and I said no, but I'd help them find someone to do it.
Gillispie would take over as head coach at Ranger College. Once again, success would come quickly.
My very first year, we started out winning our first 32 games, and I don't think anybody will ever break the record because they'd won 2 games the year before.
Then his health started to deteriorate.
And then the next 2 years, that's when my blood pressure situation got worse and worse. It got really bad around the Thanksgiving time.
Gillispie went to the emergency room. He says doctors told him he would need a kidney transplant, in part from his many years of not treating high blood pressure. He would be placed on the donor list with some 100,000 other people. Not long after an article appeared about Gillispie's health, a potential donor stepped forward. Erica Downey, the wife of a basketball coach, would be a match.
It was such a blessing. She didn't know me at the time. She read about my story. I knew her husband at the time, but I knew him before they were married, so I didn't know her. We ended up being a perfect match. You know, we had already set the date by the time that we ever met for the first time at the Final Four, and 3 weeks later, she gives me her kidney. So, and we're still attached to, you know, at the hip, and just it's just a gift. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. I've said it a million times. It's just the grace of God.
The transplant took place on April 24th of 2018, and by all accounts was a great success. In fact, Gillispie says he and Erica communicate on a regular basis. She was there on March 30th of 2020 when Gillispie got back into Division I coaching as head coach at Tarleton. But the story doesn't end there. Gillispie's sister, Jerry Hoffman, a legendary high school basketball coach in Texas, found out she was a match to donate a kidney.
She had a player whose mother was on dialysis for a long time, and she ended up being tested to see if she was a match for her player's mother. They were a match. She gave her kidney to the lady, and I mean, how proud as a brother could you be?
Gillispie says this entire experience has helped put his life in focus.
When you're sitting in there, laying in there on a bed, and the health professionals come in and say, do you have a will? And do you have a religious preference? You try to make every single day count. My special gift, I think, in coaching basketball, because we've had quite a bit of success, is I learned this from great leaders, but I think I can take young men and turn them into grown men, and I think that's a real gift. And I'm still willing to coach hard. I'm not trying to make them like me every single day. I want them to be great husbands and fathers as they move forward.
He's also become an advocate for organ donations.
If I could give any organ that I have to keep somebody going right now, I definitely would do that at the expense of myself. And again, it's because of an inspiration of what I've learned from Erica Downey.
For Learn, Compete, Inspire, I'm Eric Danner.